it's time for another episode of Puerto del Sol. And today we'll build a main plaza for our park as well as the gift shop, where I try to build a detailed interior. I really hope you guys will enjoy today's episode. Hello guys, this is Cesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to Puerto del Sol. Today it is time for the third episode of this series in Planet Coaster 2. And the title of this video says it all. Today we'll be building a main plaza of our park, and also I will try to build a shop, a gift shop with a detailed, sort of like a detailed interior. I know that in the last episode of this series I told you that today we'll be building something else. I thought about building a hotel that will still build, but not this time, and this is because I decided to change my plans a little bit and go just step by step, because I needed this plaza to sort of determine where the hotel will be, because I was a bit scared that if I will build a hotel, then I, for example, will make it too big and then we wouldn't have enough space for this plaza that I planned to build in here. This is the third episode of this series. In the first episode we built the entrance area for our park. In the second one I actually built my first ever roller coaster in this game. That sort of divided you all. Some of you loved it, some of you absolutely hated it, which is totally fine, but I will talk about this more in a second. So compared to those two, I know that this episode won't be that exciting. Of course the first episode is always the best. Then there was an exciting thing of building a first coaster, and right now we have something different, but maybe this will be also interesting for some of you, because we'll be building things like toilets, we'll be building lockers, we'll be building shops, we will have an ice cream shop in there, and we'll have a gift shop with an interior. My first ever attempt of building the interior in this game, so we'll build some shelves, counter and stuff like this. So if you like to see how I build all that, learn, maybe get some inspiration, definitely stay tuned and watch this video, because there will be a lot of this generic stuff in it. And in the next one we'll be adding something again new, probably a swimming pool or a flat ride. I haven't still decided, but there will be definitely something new, but I still don't know about the hotel. It all depends when I will be actually be able to build that, because after the second thought I decided to wait a bit with the hotel, because I think that will need a lot of glass pieces to build this. And yeah, the glass pieces are coming with the next update, the first update for this game, like a major update. So I'll definitely wait for that before building the hotel. This plaza, as the whole Mediterranean section that we are building right now in Puerto del Sol, is again inspired by Port Aventura. So if you have been to this park, you probably will recognize it. I took a lot of inspiration, but still I added some twists and things that are not there. I also decided not to recreate that fully, and I left out some things because building this took me long enough and I decided, you know, not to go like so heavily into like trying to recreate it, because then you'll have to wait for this episode even longer. It already took me like, I don't know, more than 20 hours to build this all, so yeah, it was quite a lot of work. I'm still a bit rusty when it comes to building in Planet Coaster 2. It takes me more time than building, for example, in Planet Zoo. I am constantly looking for those pieces. I am trying different pieces, if they will work or not. So there's a lot of deleting, there's a lot of placing stuff, and then trying to, you know, find better solutions. The building the interior, I'll talk more about this in the end, like made me realize that even though there is scaling in the game, we sort of don't have a lot of those very small pieces that could be used for different props in the shop and stuff like this. I'm also very missing the souvenir stuff that we have in Planet Zoo, and I hope that they will be added at some point to this game as well, because the mugs, the cups, for example, the puzzle pieces, those are the things that are also being sold in the theme parks, so it will absolutely make sense to have them as well in this game. So I had to improvise a bit, but yeah, it made me realize that there's not too many pieces that can be scaled to this really tiny scale, so that we can build some small stuff out of them. I tried to build my own Mac and I failed like miserably because I just couldn't find the pieces for it. So right now you can see me like sort of finishing the building that is part of our actual entrance, where the guests will be scanning their tickets, and then there's like this special offer place where you can go and buy some special offers that they have for this day, this week, or this time of the year, for example, like some bundles and stuff. So this is the stuff for this. Later we'll also build, as I told you, lockers. We'll also have like a pharmacy or something like that. This was inspired by the fact that one of the stands, I think, with those how they are called, those things that you can inflate. Are they called inflatables? I think so. So this stand actually sells like this sunscreen. So I decided that sometimes you also have like those pharmacies slash cosmetic shops in those places with sunscreen, with some headache stuff like painkillers and stuff. So this is also something that I wanted to make. We'll also have like the place where you can buy the express like tickets for just to avoid the queues for the coasters. We'll also have a ice cream shop, and we'll also have the gift shop that I will build at the end with the interior. So yeah, that was quite a lot of work, but this is basically what you will see in this video. And as always, like in between talking about what I'm actually doing on the screen, I will talk about some other things. I like to prepare my list of like bullet points and topics that I would like to discuss before recording the video, and here I have quite a lot of them, so let's just start. So basically I wanted to point out some things that you guys said in the comments, but also talk about some other stuff. So firstly, this is something that I started to talk a bit already. Like this series, I'm so overwhelmed with how it is received by you guys. Like I couldn't imagine in my wildest dream that it will get so many comments, views, and it will go so well for me. I thought that the videos will be worse than Planet Zoo, but they are so good. So they're doing so good. So thank you so much for that. All the amazing comments are just, I don't know. Again, I talked about this a lot in the previous episode, so I don't want to repeat myself, but thank you again for that. I'm so overwhelmed. The coaster video, oh my god, it got so many views and so many positive comments, so thank you so much. But I must also admit that for me and for my usual videos, it also got a lot of not too many good comments. I'm quite not used to that, but it's totally fine. I'm okay. I have quite a thick skin, I can take it. I'm fully aware that if you are putting somewhere out there for other people to see in the internet, there will be comments, there will be opinions, and you know, some people may like it, some don't, and that's totally okay. And I am very open to criticism, especially the constructive criticism, so thank you to all of you that left me some tips on how to, for example, make my coaster better, about the theming, about what I should do basically to make this park better, how to improve the track and stuff. That was so helpful. Like thank you so much for that. You also like gave me so many ideas for it. You gave me creators that I should watch, like some tutorials that I should watch, so thank you so much. As you guys know, I am not hiding this from anyone. I am being honest with you. I have never built anything in Planet Coaster 1, like any coaster. I just downloaded this game before playing Planet Zoo just to play a bit with the modular building because I wanted to test it out. So I built some very basic constructions, but I didn't build any coasters or anything like that. And as I told you, I am not a huge, I don't want to say fan because I like them, but I've never been to too many theme parks, so I am not an expert on that. But you know, I had this huge opportunity given me by Frontier to check this game out earlier, to be part of this early access stuff and everything. So for me, it was a shame not to use it and not to check out this game. And when I started to build in it, when I started to, check out all the pathing systems, every new things like scaling, I really enjoyed it and I really like to build in here. That's why I decided to start this series without knowing a lot about the theme parks, and I wanted to learn. I am very eager to learn. I want to learn, and I actually plan to go to some theme parks next year, so to learn even more. So thank you so much to everyone who sees that and who thinks that this park is amazing, who likes it, and yeah, the constructive criticism is amazing, so thank you so much. It can take me some time, but I'm trying to reply to all the comments, even the hateful ones, but don't expect me to be nice to you if you are not nice to me. Like it's okay to criticize my builds, but some of you are coming for me. I didn't want to like address it at all. I just wanted to tell you that there's so many amazing, wonderful creators out there, and I'm sure that you'll find someone that suits you better than me. So go on and check them out, because yeah, there's so many people recording videos from this game, and no one forces you to watch me. Like, come on. I also have my favorites. It's completely normal that you vibe better with different people, but there is no need of writing a hateful comments just because you don't like me. Like, I don't get it, but if you like to do it, that's fine. I am here and I am not going anywhere because of some comments. That's one thing, and the other thing is taking inspiration from PortAventura. Like, a lot of you, like especially Spanish people, are so thrilled and really like this, but there have been some comments that it is not creative, that I am copying the park, that I will pay a fine. Even someone said that because of the copyrights or something. I've seen so many creators recreating either entire zoos, like habitats. I also did this. All here in Planet Coaster 1, they recreated the whole parks, and I don't think that anyone paid anything. Like, this is more like paying homage to the parks that we really like, and I am doing just that. And I can fully agree that it is not super creative and groundbreaking, like recreating a section of the park. Again, I will be only recreating this one section. Well, maybe not recreating fully. I'm just taking a big inspiration from it. I already told you guys why I am doing this, and also I am fully admitting this. And I think like some of you didn't watch the videos, just saw the intro or the outro and tried to blame me for like using this without telling you that I am taking inspiration from something and trying to pretend that I came up with it myself because I saw those comments. So like, maybe watch the video first, because I told you about this in the video. Yeah, that's all that I will talk about this. Sorry for my rant, but I just wanted to make it sure that everyone understands that it is actually inspired by PortAventura, and I am very vocal about this. And again, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. That's the best solution, I think. Okay, so after I was done with the first building, you guys already can see that I already almost finished the second one with the little staircase and with like an elevated part in the front of this building. This won't be usable for the guests. I think of it more like a decoration, so I didn't add the paths in there. I added some benches, but everything is sort of like implied. I think that it made the whole like this square in here that we are building on this plaza look a bit more interesting. So that's why I wanted to just simply recreate that. And in the second, we'll start to build more on those buildings, but I didn't show you building all of them because it is so repeating the things that I already did in my first episode or in here. So I am sure that you guys will be able to get what I am doing here. I had a lot of questions about those small pieces that I am using, like those stone pieces for the arches, and they are part of the Viking set. I am not sure how it is called because again I didn't check, but if you'll go for the Viking and you will go for like stone or something, there's this, normally this stone is a bit bigger, but I scaled it down to like maximum, like the smallest that you can scale it down, and I'm using it again for the windows, for those arches, for some trims of the buildings, and it is so amazing for this style. I've talked a bit about this in my last video, but you guys left me a lot of comments asking for some recommendations about building realistic buildings. Again, I don't know if they are realistic, but what is really important, again I will repeat this, is like sinking the windows a bit into the facades of the building, because this is basically how most of the buildings are built. So because of how thick the walls are, there is often styrofoam, at least in Europe, for the heat isolation, or the walls are just thick. The windows are a bit like sunken into the walls, so this is something really important. Of course, it takes more time to build in that way because you need to adjust those pieces around the walls. It takes some time, but I think it is totally worth it because the final outcome is so much better, because it looks so much better than just slapping the windows on the walls and making them like stick out, and this is typically not how the buildings look. The same things with the doors. But I also think what is very important, at least for this style of this like old town, is using a lot of decals. Decals are something that I just love. I cannot imagine myself building without them. I'm so glad that they were transferred from Planet Zoo, because when they were added with the Euro pack in Planet Zoo, I think it changed everything for this game. Suddenly all the buildings started to look more realistic, like a bit weathered and stuff, and this is also something that I'm using in here, going for in here. So yeah, I'm using a lot of them, also mixing different kinds, so the walls look a bit, again, weathered, older, and also like a bit dirty, so I think it adds a lot to the whole realism of this building set that we have in here. And also what I think is really important is something that I probably should start with, is planning before you start building. I normally sketch like a little drawing before building something like this in Planet Zoo, in here, whatever. So firstly I draw something that I want to build, and then when it comes to plaza like this, I use the smallest like 1 meter or 2 meter walls, just to sort of plan this plaza, to like place the buildings where they will supposed to be, like to get the scale of the buildings, not to make them too big, too small, and so on. So this is what I did. I just did like a quick little like drawing with the pieces basically, and outlined the whole plaza and outlined the buildings, and then it was just time to fill it in. So firstly I did the buildings of almost all of them, and then I added the paths, and I added all the details, all the decorations, the flowers, the plants, the benches that you will see, the bins, and it was slowly getting to look better and better. With stuff like this, I think it is very important to trust the process, because at first the things can look a bit like not too well, but after you add those details like decals and stuff, you'll have more of those buildings next to each other. It looks better and better. And right now, after this plaza is actually finished and I zoom out and I can see this entire town that we already built, this looks so good, and I'm so glad that I decided to sort of go for the inspiration of Port Aventura, because this little town is turning out so good. I loved all the orange like roofs, that they are like on the different levels, that it looks a bit like messy but still a bit organized, if you like get what I mean. Yeah, I will definitely again try to do like before and after in the cinematic shots to show you what we actually added today. Maybe it's not that much, I just added several buildings and this plaza, but still, again, it took me so long to build, oh my god. And this brings me on to another topic on my list. So this episode is episode number 3, and I know that it is not a big number. Basically, the game has been out for a month, and I had an early access before, and I saw so many different creators already like blasting out so many of those videos, like one by one, like they already have half of the parks finished, all the things are going on, and I cannot lie, I felt a bit jealous because I just saw that they were able to upload so many videos from this game, while I had a very busy time at my work, and there were a lot of days that I just went home and I was tired, and I didn't want to play, I didn't feel the need to play, and I wasn't finding any inspiration or just will to play any games. That's why there wasn't too many videos on my channel. Also, I forgot to mention that we actually had 40,000 subscribers recently, and I still didn't have a chance to, announce it in any of the videos. So thank you guys so much. Even though I wasn't uploading anything, you guys still blessed me with this number. So thank you so much for that. This really means the world. I cannot wait to get 50,000 right now. It will look so good next to my little name on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not greedy, but I still cannot believe that this is actually happening, because I remember recording the first video and right now we have 40,000 subscribers. Oh my god. But yeah, just to tell you that I was super busy, and also I felt a bit like under the weather. I think that there's like a term in English that I don't really have in my own language, and it just sums up it perfectly. The weather was just so bad recently, and I I felt like a little, I don't know, maybe a seasonal depression or maybe a very mild form of it. That I just was, I just preferred, you know, to lie under my blanket and to watch some TV and do nothing, or just take care of my home, my pets, and you know, do some additional work after work, than to just be enthusiastic here and play and do stuff. And also, this video took me so long to build, so that's why you guys had to wait so much, a bit. Maybe I shouldn't say that I'm a bit jealous of other people, of other content creators, because I also told you so many times that I think that comparing yourself to other creators is one of the worst things that you can do here, because it takes away a lot of just, you know, enjoyment. You are constantly looking at the numbers, you are looking what other people did. I had this phase in my YouTube career, like I think 2 years ago or something, when I really wanted to make those numbers, but then I thought that, okay, I'm not enjoying it anymore. So I completely stopped it, and I feel so amazing. Like, I have so many friends among the community, among other creators. From my side, there's like zero competition. I am never comparing myself to anyone, but I'm still sometimes wondering how they are doing this, that they are able to upload so many videos. Like, oh my god, with my lifestyle, it is impossible. So sorry guys if you like anticipate, if you are anticipating, if you are waiting for those videos. I just wanted to let you know that I am doing everything to upload them. And also the thing is that I promised to myself that Planet Zoo won't disappear from my channel, that I don't want to switch completely to Planet Coaster now that it is out. So that's why there were some Planet Zoo videos in between, and there will be new Planet Zoo videos coming. I have like overall, like I think, list of 30 videos on my list that I want to record in the near time, so I hope that I will be able to do it. But yeah, I hope that this video will sort of get me back on track. So also sorry that this voiceover is a bit rusty. I know that maybe it's not too interesting because it was a bit more of my mumbling and my runs and stuff, but yeah, it's been a while since I've recorded, so sorry for that. I also wanted to talk with you about the new update for the game that is coming. It will add so many nice things, like glass pieces, like those offload and load stations that we really wanted, the ability to change weather that I am very excited for, the glass pieces of course, the fireworks and stuff like this. So yes, very amazing update. I think that those are the things that we should have in the game from the very beginning, but I am still happy that they will be added. There was sort of like a weird thing going on with the new update. I talked about this with some other content creators. So I don't know why, but for for all the Planet Zoo updates, people who normally get early access, they get it for everything, all the news, all the information about the updates and stuff. So we are informed a bit earlier about everything. And now suddenly I just was doing something and I see that some people are suddenly uploading videos with the information about the new update. That Frontier did a presentation for them or something, and I was like, oh, did I miss an email or something? Did I, what happened? I was looking through the spam folder and everything, and then I texted some of the people I know, and they also didn't receive that, so that was a bit weird. And maybe from now on, Frontier will just choose the people who they are sending the information on different updates. I don't know, but just because I also had a comment from someone asking why I didn't upload anything on that. That's because simply I didn't know, because I wasn't informed. Like, I don't want to sound bitter or anything, but I was just simply surprised because this is something new that didn't happen before. So yeah, Frontier is probably changing some things. Just maybe it would be nice to, you know, be informed about those changes before, because I know that some people sort of panicked, right? Like me, that's, you know, we missed something or our email is not working. But other than that, I'm totally fine. I hope that I will get the information next time, or maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. Okay, so right now all the buildings are basically finished. You guys also could see me building like my custom lockers. In here they are not automatic or anything. This is like an old style of park, so there's a person that puts your stuff into the locker that you gave them. So this is something that I went for, and right now, as you guys can see, we are actually building an interior of the gift shop. My small complaint is that while the dark interiors are just perfect for the dark rides and stuff, this gift shop, for example, is a bit too dark for my liking. I added some of the light sources inside, but you know, we don't have any glass, so in the future I would probably add some windows when they will be available. And I also want to create the doors from the glass for this gift shop. That's why there's no doors right now at all for it. I know that it looks a bit weird, but I didn't forgot about them. I just will add them later. I actually didn't use any inspiration for the interior of this gift shop. I just went from the top of my head. I created some shelves, also some wall decors. I added this wavy ceiling with this piece that I was able to find. But the most difficult part about this was finding the pieces that could be used for the things that could be actually sold in this shop. So that's why I wish that we had those souvenir things from Planet Zoo, because it was quite a struggle. Of course, I scaled down everything as much as I could, but still some things are big. I decided to use, for example, the King Coaster statue as a big plushie. That's why the same thing with the Queen Splash. And yeah, I use very wide selection of different pieces. Some of them make more sense, some of them make less sense. But of course, you will see that all in detail in a second in the cinematic shots that are starting right now. I am very happy with how this plaza has turned out. This is beginning to look like a proper Mediterranean town, and I cannot wait to expand it even more, although I think that we'll have 2 or maybe 3 more episodes of this part of the park before we'll move on to a different park that I plan to do in a totally different style, inspired by some other parks from around the world. Making each of these buildings look different, have different colors, different windows, and just a bit different look is quite time consuming, but for a final look I think that it is totally worth the time. Some of those buildings are a little shops. We have a place with the lockers where you can leave your stuff with this lovely lady over here and enjoy your time at the park without having to worry about your backpack or anything. We also have a place for cosmetics and some pharmacies. We have an express counter where you can buy the express queue tickets not to stand in the queues. And we have one of my favorite shops from the Planet Coaster 2, the Gelato Bros. Of course, selling the ice creams with a little seating area. Nothing too fancy, but I think it still looks really nice. And of course, we have our first ever interior that I have built in this game, besides maybe the queue for our first coaster and the little station. But this is the first proper interior of the shop, with the counter, with the shelves, with all the products that you can buy there. It was quite a lot of work to come up with what I want to sell in there and to find those pieces. So I really hope you guys like it. Again, I wish that it was a bit more bright. It is a bit dark inside, but as soon as they will add those glass pieces to the game, I will make sure to, swap the windows to make them transparent, and I'm sure that there will be a lot more light coming in to this building, but I still really like it. And here is how the park looked before today's episode, and here is the look on everything that we added. So quite a lot of new buildings, the town is growing, and I am very happy to see that. Okay guys, this is all that I have for you for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video like this. Leave me a nice comment, tell me what you think about today's build. And if you like to support the channel a little bit extra, you can do it with the join button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!